need an orchestra to orchestrate the thoughts that I formulate. Bring the bass, blacking out like I'm Norman Bates. Better walk in faith. Keep them snakes drawing blanks. I know it's hell all around you, but keep looking straight. And they intentions seem real, but they really fake. Trying to paint a perfect picture, help us illustrate. They want to challenge our inner strength, their innocence. From the womb to the tomb, let the scriptures rule. Crown us kings, let us reign for many moons. The more we know, the more the fire grows. Lost souls get consumed at the crossroads. They got the hood looking like we playing Saints Row. I got my Bible going places preachers can't go. So many rivals can't tell you what they hate for. Live in abundance, plenty goods if you gain souls. Have their heads spinning, caught up in the whirlwind. Separate the wheat and tear, let the purge begin. We on a new level, fly high through turbulence. Stay humble or you crash into the firmament. They say that people will come and people will go when those memories fade. Are you standing on your own? Are you alone? Are you standing on your own? Were the cheap thrills worth all the memories of your life? I guess building real fam, that's a product of the past. Got them reprobate demons making babies in the lab, so I made a thumbnail, burning all they flags. Now I'm on the shadow band, shadow boxing with the devil. Now we moving wise, must produce on every level. Specialize in protection, gotta keep that heavy metal, cause they want that quick come up, till they run up and shook. Done up and cooked, they want your face in the paper with your name in the book. They want your name in the book. For the cheap thrills, all the keys that he deals. All the liquor he spills. But life ain't a movie when it gets real. It ain't a movie. Feel the spirits all around you, make you get the chills. Either break the mold or fit the bill. Yeah. These youngins slow to head, quick to kill. Yeah. So tell me what's your expectations. If you ain't changing, you ain't elevating. A lot of old timers sitting around devastated, man, wishing that they broke free from this damn matrix. They say that people will come and people will go when those memories fade. Are you standing on your own? Are you alone? Are you standing on your own? Are the cheap thrills worth all the memories of your life? Was it worth it? Are those cheap thrills worth all the memories of your life? Yeah. Cheap thrills, cheap thrills. Are they worth all the memories of your life? Peace and blessings to everybody joining the stream. As you enter, make sure you hit it with a thumbs up on your way in. X Vision in the house. Only way is up in the building. Lon Diamond, Farrah Dior, Sophia Love, Michael Branch, Mikey Mike. What's good? What's good? Salute to all the spiritual fam. My oh my, do we have a topic? This particular video right here is going to help a lot of you brothers out who are out there in the dating world, you know, what they call the dating pool. If you out here swimming, right? This video is going to help you out a whole lot. I'm going to be breaking down a real harsh reality to a lot of y'all. And to some who are viewing this particular stream, they're going to have to come to grips with themselves and what they actually want out of a relationship. And there's a couple of sources I'm going to be reacting to as well. It's a couple of sources. You know what I do on this channel, parallel the sources with the scriptures and bring forth that knowledge. All praises to the Most High. But before I dive into the topic, I keep hearing people talking about this CERN news. I mean, apparently CERN is going to be doing something. That's word on the streets. There's a rumor that they're going to be cracking some new portal open on the 5th. Ladies and gentlemen, they've been cracking hell gates open for quite some time now. There's definitely energy being cultivated through CERN. There's a lot going on. I know a lot of people keep asking me about that, but to be honest with you, they'll never drop their top secret agenda in CERN on the internet. They're not going to drop that. People can barely, over there in Switzerland, people can barely even gain access to certain areas of CERN. So, like, just don't believe everything you hear on social media. All right, don't believe everything you hear. So I'll leave it at that. Also, for those who don't know, right, I'm going to be having a special guest
this Friday, July 8th. I'm going to be having Monologue on the show, a former member of Gideon's Army, a record chart topping hip hop group, gospel rap group. I'm talking about real Southern energy. They've been on top of the chart, sold millions of records. Put some respect on the platform, and make sure y'all turn those notifications on so y'all can catch when Brother Monologue comes on to share the ins and outs of the industry, talk a little bit about his personal testimony and his path, and also, talk about up and coming music and the future of truth music, right? Young Elder, thank you for the $5 contribution. Says, it's sad how our women don't respect us and stand by us. Really heartbreaking. Yeah, man, we got to get into it today because the truth of the situation, and thank you for the contribution. It's like this, right? Our women don't want to be wives. It's just the reality of the situation. I've been saying this for a couple weeks now. I've been saying that a lot of these women are basically concubines at best. A lot of them are not wives. They don't want to be what you would call domesticated. Matter of fact, it's going viral on TikTok that a lot of women believe that being pregnant and being a housewife is a form of spousal abuse. This is what the modern woman is saying right now, that it's spousal abuse, actually staying home and taking care of children. And it's crazy. Like a lot of women, they have a lot of goals that they've drawn out for themselves. A lot of them are very ambitious, and there's nothing wrong with that. But in this world, you can't be both. You can't be overly ambitious as a woman and still be a wife. Now, and we'll talk a little bit about that, because some will say, well, Bree, can't people just come together and be power couples? What about power couples? Well, we'll talk a little bit about the ins and outs of that in my second source I'm going to go to. But first and foremost, the first source I'm going to go to, Elegant Wife says, I'm a homemaker, and that is false. Yeah, Elegant Wife, that ain't for you then. That's not for you. Yeah, that's the reality. That's what people are saying out here. But the first source I'm going to go to is going to be actually women telling you that they don't want to be involved in relationships. Matter of fact, the video I'm going to is a guy asking random women if they want their relationships. Now, I want y'all to hear what these random women had to say.
Now this video is really wild, so I want you guys to hit that subscribe button real quick, and we're gonna dive into this video. Let's get it.
I don't do the boyfriends. I don't do the boyfriends. So what you do? One night stands. I just sit there.
Oh, damn. Off break, the first young lady, this brother asked her, do you want a relationship? She said she don't do boyfriends. She do one night stands. Yeah, just all out there. Just let it all out. She said all she do is one night stands. In this current climate of society, with all these damn viruses and diseases and sicknesses just floating around. Now, listening to the women of this next generation, these young ladies who are growing up, as a man being in truth, as a man being a leader in my community, what do I tell my nephews, little brothers out there who are just, coming up in the world? What do I tell these brothers when this is what they got to work with? Like, seriously, what do I tell these young men when they ask me about, yo, Bree, I really want to be a husband. I really want to have a wife one day. When the truth of the situation is, a lot of your women of your generation, they don't want to be wives. They have been inundated by the Meg Thee Stallions, the Nicki Minaj's, the Cardi B's. Listen, they have been brainwashed. They are totally warped. And the only thing I can really tell brothers coming up nowadays is, These women don't want to be wives. So, brothers, you got to adjust. You have to adjust. It is what it is. I am a realist. Now, what does that mean? Adjust. You shouldn't want to be a husband. Yeah, I said it. They don't want to be wives. Get it out of your mind that you're going to be somebody's husband. You got to think the way they thinking. Yeah, I know that sounds horrible. I'm not telling you to have one night stands, but what I'm saying is reserve your energy. Don't go out there trying to provide for these women who are going to ultimately be ungrateful. They're going to leave you basically alone eventually. Like, only thing I could tell you, brothers, is just have concubines. Focus on your own goals. Do what it is you need to do in your life. Take care of yourself. But far as wrapping your mind around, oh, I want to lead a family, it looks very dismal. It looks very dismal. I'm telling you, real talk. I'm just being honest. Let's continue.
I don't like commitment.
She says she don't like commitment.
I don't do no motherfucking relationship. You don't do relationship? Nah, that shit dead for the motherfucking bird.
She says she don't do no relationships. That's dead. Now look how these women are looking. They all out here. This is how it is out here. They looking good. They want to be seen. They out here in the streets. They out and about, but they don't want, they're just there for views. They're just there to look at. A lot of these modern women are just distractions, brothers. What you need to be focusing on is your own goals. Your own goals. Let's continue.
I'm not the marrying type.
She says she not the marrying type.
I don't do marriage.
She says she don't do marriage. And listen, y'all can say, well, Bree, you know, all women aren't like that. All women, you know, don't want to be this way. Well, listen, the numbers are astounding. Now, this brother's asking random women. He's just going out asking random women. So this would show you that most women think like this. Matter of fact, Proverbs 31:10 says, who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. Meaning you're not going to just walk down the street and you're not just going to find a woman who is a wife. It's just not that easy. It's just not that easy. Somebody said concubines are not what God wanted for men. He created Adam and Eve, not Adam, Eve, Stacy, and Kim. So I guess Solomon, matter of fact, I'm going to put you on timeout because you clearly don't know the Bible. You should be listening to an actual biblical teacher who's been teaching it for a while. So let me put you in a cut for a little bit. Because King David himself had multiple wives. Without the biblical patriarchals having multiple wives, you wouldn't even be here. The nation of Israel would not even exist. David had 4 wives. Solomon had numerous concubines. It just so happens that in the world you living in right now, these women don't want to be wives. What do you tell a person who wants to be a husband one day when they're in a society where women don't want to be wives? I tell them, listen, find you women that don't mind having companionship with you, a woman that don't mind building with you, having a friendship, a connection with. But far as you having your mindset of doing the right thing, being a husband, it just doesn't look realistic to me. That's just my opinion. It does not look realistic. All right, let's continue. She said she was a one-night stand too. Look.
I'm more of a, solo type of bitch.
And you would say, man, this is crazy. And you would think that, some women would think, well, so I want you guys to hit that subscribe button real.
Let's play it one more time.
I don't do the boyfriend. So what you do? One night stands, I just said that. I don't like commitment. I don't do no motherfucking relationship. You don't do relationship? Nah, that shit dead for the motherfucking bird. I'm not the marrying type. I don't do marriage. You understand? up solo type of bitch.
And you would say, man, this is crazy. And you would think that, you know,
all of the, hey, somebody need to really come get their damn daughters, man. Somebody really need to come get their daughters. This is the trash that is being raised in our community. Straight trash, bro. Like, these women don't want to be wives nowadays. They don't. Matter of fact, like, what's going on TikTok right now is they're saying basically that it's not the children that's holding women down. This is what they're saying. They're saying it's not even the children that's stopping a woman from pursuing her goals. They're saying it's your husband. It's your man. Real talk. Now, let me show y'all another source here, because this is interesting right here. And this is fair use. Federal law allows citizens to redistribute portions of copywritten material for the purposes of teaching, edification, criticism, and so forth. And that's exactly what I'll be doing with this video here. And this is from Dr. Phil, right? Steve Harvey and Dr. Phil. And this is the mindset of the ambitious modern woman. Because, like, you have two types of women out here. You have two types of modern women right now, right? You have the modern woman that is very ambitious, goal-oriented, driven, and can be possibly conflicted with having a husband. Or you have just the women that you just seen. They're just out here living hot girl summers. They doing whatever it is they want to do. They sneaky linking. They having fun. They turning up. They're going to be solo for life, right? And then you have these type of women that I'm about to show y'all here. Let's hear what the wife has to say.
And talks about marriage. We've kind of now, and as we talk about our future and talks about marriage, we have a little issue here and there. So he's traditional, and I'm a modern woman. He feels that.
Oh yeah, here we have it. He's traditional, and she said, "I'm a modern woman." So this is out of the horse's mouth. This is out of the horse's mouth. Let's see what the modern woman has to say, right?
I should be at home taking care of the children and that he should be the breadwinner. Yeah. But I think that we should be a unit, that there are no gender roles to what we do.
And see, this is the mentality of most of these modern women. They believe that there should be no gender roles. They believe everything should be equal, 50-50, and so forth. Some Mikey Sparks, thank you for the $5 contribution. Says, I'm playing 2K, drinking red wine while watching this Truth King about to head to the gym. Later on these 304s be wilding, but we got to keep focused. 100. I got you, bro. Missy Adams says you're lumping. I guess you mean I'm lumping everybody together. Listen, I'm speaking of a certain demographic of women. That's why the video is titled Modern Women Don't Want to Be Wives. The woman that speaker just said she was a modern woman. Do you see? That's what I'm talking about. A hit dog will always holler. A hit dog will always holler. See, this is the thing. Women don't want to adhere to the biblical patriarchal. The Bible tells us in the book of Corinthians, the man is over the woman and the woman is over the child. Christ is over man and the Most High is over Christ. That's the biblical traditional order. There can be no 50-50, no gender roles. It will never work that way. It will be toxic and it will fall apart. The Lord will not bless it. The Lord will not bless that union. I'm telling you right now. We'll talk about it. We're going to use scripture here. Soulfully sowing seed. Thank you so much for the $50 super chat. Highly appreciate it. Thank you for the support. But let's see what the modern woman got to say.
I actually would like to also be the breadwinner.
She said, I would also like to be the breadwinner. See, that's where you went wrong. You're battling off the break with your husband. That relationship is done before it even started. JD Hicks, thank you for the $20 super sticker. Highly appreciate it. Yeah, James Palmetto, if it don't apply, let it fly. But a lot of these women don't get that. And am I saying that a woman shouldn't be goal-oriented and career-oriented? Absolutely not. I'm not saying that. Exactly, McDonald. But in this scenario, this is where the spirit of competing gets in. Am I saying a woman shouldn't go out here and get it popping, get to the bag? Absolutely not. But that woman who is doing that and her focus is her goals and her career, that woman cannot be a wife. Do you understand? That woman is not a wife. That woman is a concubine at best. Concubines need love too. You got women out here that they are on their goals. They're doing what they're doing, and they really don't have time for no husband. They don't want to have that connection. They don't want that. And it's nothing wrong with that. Long as women can be honest with themselves and honest with their people they're dealing with, and people can be more transparent, then I think, not even I think, I know that scenario requires for a woman to be a concubine, because she may want companionship, but she don't have the time to be no wife. You cannot possibly be a career woman and a wife. It's impossible. You have to give up something. What happens when you get pregnant? You have to give up something. Young Elder, thanks for the $5 contribution, says, where are the wise elder women? Why don't they correct and rebuke these modern women? It's always the men that have to do it. Exactly. Exactly, young elder. Only thing a lot of these women do is come to the defense of these Jezebels and these harlots and these women with the Lilith spirit. Let's continue. And the whole crowd just clapped for that.
So that we should take care of the children together.
You feel like y'all should take care of the children together. You are a wicked woman. You're a self-proclaimed modern woman, and you're wicked as hell. The man's place is not to be taking care of the children together. Your place as a woman is to be a chase keeper at home. That's what the Bible says, woman. You're supposed to be a chase keeper at home, meaning you're supposed to be taking care of those children, raising them, installing and implementing certain things into their mind. And that man is supposed to be the breadwinner. This is why this society is so chaotic, because you evil ass women want to compete with men. You want to be men. You want to be the HNIC. You want to be the head of the household. You feel like unless y'all 50-50, you don't have a leg to stand on, because your ass loves control. Most modern women, they want to be in control. It's all about control with them. They feel like if a man is the breadwinner, they have to rely on that man. They fear relying on a man. They fear it. They look at it as bondage. They look at it as slavery. The modern woman is totally against God's order. She's totally out of bounds. She's totally fixated on this here society. She will not give up the Babylonian society. She would fight and vouch for the other nations. She will put in her time. She will put in work hours, blood, sweat, and tears to hold these conglomerates up before she would work for her man, before she would be a wife, before she would actually do the right thing. She will fight tooth and nail to the last drop, no matter if that man can provide or not. The modern woman is evil, bro. Straight up evil. Demonic, bro. They love this system. They are like Lot's wife. And I know y'all like, with New Breed, you jumping out there. No, this is the problem. We've allowed women to spew this type of rhetoric far too long. Far too long. Either you're going to rely on a man, be a wife, be a mother at home, or you're going to work for that system. And if you're going to work for that system, don't be a wife. Be a man's concubine. If you just a woman who feel like you want somebody near you, listen, I'm pretty sure there's a guy out there that don't mind putting you on his schedule. You got a busy life. You got schedules, you got things lined up. I'm pretty sure there's a guy out there that don't mind putting you on a schedule. That's more conducive for your lifestyle, not you trying to be somebody's wife. Let's continue.
One of the biggest issues we hit was about marriage. He thinks that I should take his complete last name. I've talked about hyphenating my last name.
Look, she don't even want to take this man's last name. She thinking about hyphenating the last name. It's all about individuality with the modern woman. He just sitting there docile. This is what they want out of the modern man. They want them wearing pink on TV. You know what I'm saying? Sitting there docile while the woman controls. They love this on TV. It's time to restore the natural order, man. Look at Steve. Look at Steve Harvey's face. You know what Steve is thinking? Because Steve is old school. That's the West Virginia native right there. Steve is old school. Steve is looking like, what the hell is wrong with this woman? Steve like, what the hell? He looked like Dr. Phil. You see this? Hey, that look that Steve Harvey got is priceless, bro. It's priceless. Exactly. Like, woman. And I know y'all laughing and it's funny, but this is the mindset of these women, wondering why they can't find no damn happiness. Y'all don't know how to yield. She don't even want to give up her last name, bro. It's crazy.
He feels that the marriage won't be.
Does he speak, by the way? Or...
Yeah, does he speak? Like, what do you got to say? What does the brother have to say? See, listen, don't be that brother. Don't be that brother right there. Don't do it. Ephesians 5:22 says, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husband as unto the Lord. Submit. If a woman don't like how that sounds, if you don't like what I just read, if you don't like how that sounds, if it does something to your gut, when the Bible says, woman, submit to your husband, you are not nobody's wife. You're not a wife. If you don't know what submit means, meaning he's in the driver's seat. He's in the driver's seat. You follow, he lead. Matter of fact, in public, on stage like this with these two brothers up there in front of a studio audience, you should be quiet. Let the man lead the conversation. Mr. Chill, thank you for the $10 contribution. Says, peace and blessings. Do you think it's best to fast during holidays? Yeah, fasting is kind of a each his own thing. That's between you and the Most High of what time you would fast. Yeah, that's a solemn assembly. So that's the answer to that. But thank you. I appreciate the support. Jane says, submit to what? Pookies and Ray Rays. If that's all you getting is Pookies and Ray Rays, maybe you looking in the wrong place. And clearly this man on this stage is not a Pookie or a Ray Ray. The man wants to marry this woman. So how does your dumb ass comment even apply to what's being said? How? Just because you dealing with Pookies and Ray Rays don't mean that every woman is dealing with Pookies and Ray Rays. The issue is a lot of women just like the single lifestyle. And you can't tell me in the midst of you dealing with these Pookies and Ray Rays, you haven't had good guys that tried to get at you. You ladies are crazy. You the ones running to Pookie and Ray Ray. Because getting with a real man is going to require you to change. You the one dealing with Pookie and Ray Ray. You don't want to open your legs to Pookie and Ray Ray. and you submit to him enough to give him your body. You submit to Pookie and Ray Ray when you open your legs and you let them go up inside you. You support Pookie. Hey, you submit your body, but you don't submit nothing else. That's the problem. Y'all submit your body to people, but don't submit your spirits and your souls and your minds to people. That's what's wrong with you women. The man right here ain't no Pookie or Ray Ray. He trying to marry this woman. The problem with that brother on your screen is he's docile. All right, let's continue.
Say nothing. or do you speak for him?
Yeah, I was letting her get her part of it out, and then I was gonna give you how I felt.
That's your problem, bro. You let her do too damn much. You need to put some bass in your voice and put her in her damn place. That's what you do, or leave her alone. You tell your woman, you come home one day, listen, woman, soon as the moment she said, hey, I'm thinking about keeping my last name and you know, putting a hyphen on it should have been like, you should have gave her the screw face, the same face that Steve Harvey gave. That's how you should have looked at that woman the moment she said she want to keep her last name. Sometimes you got to put these women in their place. And if they ain't going to get right, they get left. Plain and simple. Or say, you know what? I'm really rocking with you, but you can't be my wife. We didn't already cross the line. They've been quote unquote dating for an entire year. I know they've been dealing with each other. Y'all been dating an entire year. So you done already had her body more than likely. So why not just say, you know what? That's cool. That's all fine and dandy. But if that's what you want to do, we don't have to talk marriage. Matter of fact, you move here, I move there. And if you still want to link up, we'll link up. But our meeting is just what it is. We ain't gonna live a traditional life because I'm traditional and you're not. I'm traditional and you're not. You can't force something to work. Real talk.
Because I want you to hear exactly how she feels first before I say anything.
Yeah, well, I think I got the picture here.
Yeah.
So what's your...
He said, I think I got the picture here. That doctor feels something else. Chubby 56, thanks for the $10 contribution, says they rather believe a lie than listen to the truth. 100. Yep, that's real talk, bro. For the love of trucking, says the roles are now reversed. Men are becoming feminine, women are becoming masculine. Right. Somebody said, Newbury, you wasted your time. These women are stiff-necked, ignorant, literally working through women to accomplish his agenda. Yeah, I mean, hey, it is what it is. I gotta speak the truth. When something hit my spirit, if they listen, they listen. If they don't, they don't. I don't stress myself over that. Let's continue.
Your side of this?
My side of it is, I feel that as the man in today's society, a lot of women do have power. They do have, we're equals, but...
That's the problem, brother. You're not equal to no woman. If somebody was to break in your house, you're going to have to die for your wife. You're going to have to fight the intruder off. That woman is going to skedaddle. You're not equal. You was born a man. I don't care how much power these women get in this society. You are a man. God made you a man. He chose you to be a warrior. I could care less of how far these women have came. You are a man. It's crazy.
In my house, personally, me, I want you to be the one that can take care of my kids, take care of my household.
That's what you're supposed to want as a man. You're supposed to want a woman that's taking care of the household, playing her natural biblical role. That's what you should want. Proverbs 14:1 says, every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish pluck it down with her hands. The foolish woman ruins her household. You got women out here who have the perfect scenario. You got women out here who have breadwinners. Y'all don't understand. There's women out here who have breadwinners taking care of them, taking care of the children. And these women are ungrateful because they want to be equal. And they're tarnishing their own homes. They are tearing down their own households. Destructive in their nature because they get bored with the fact that they're being provided for. They really believe the grass is greener on the outside. They on the other side, and they always weighing their options. They're always wearing their options. That's the problem with these women. Danita Alexander, thank you for the $10 contribution. Says, shalom, brother, new breed and Hebrew Israelites. We older women try. They attack, disrespect, do evil, and hate on us older, wise women who love being queens to our kings. Shaking my head, they love evil. Wow. So there we have it. Danita, she's clearly married. Try speaking the truth to these women. And she's saying they love being wicked. They love that Jezebel spirit. That they sold under sin. They on some, they can do bad all by themselves. On some Taraji P. Henson. And so you do have older women that try, and then you have you got these young women who are rebellious. Straight up.
And still, you can be independent, do what you're going to do, work. But at the end of the day, if
you're going to be independent and do what you do and work, then the only thing you can get from me is some D. Other than that, you will be a wife. A concubine or a wife. If y'all are intimate with each other, deal. But there's no in between. That's how it should be, brothers. Dead serious. That's how it should be. And matter of fact, try your best to avoid these type of women altogether. Try to avoid them altogether. Yeah, look at her face. She's ready to disagree. Look at her face. She has a disagreeable ass face. She doesn't respect nothing he is saying because she knows she can get her way. Look at her face. She has a smirk on her face. She don't take this man serious. Let's continue.
I come home, I would like something to eat. I would like my house clean. I would like my kids taken care of. I can help out.
Look, she laughing at you. She laughing at you. Because you, in the midst of saying what you want, you say, I can help out. I can do this. No, you shouldn't be helping out with nothing in the house. When you come through that door, everything should be in place. The kids should be organized and put together. Your food should be on the table. She's supposed to be greeting you with open arms when you walk through that door. She's supposed to make you feel welcome and at home. Every battle that you had to fight out there in the world, she's supposed to make you feel comfortable when you cross that home. Not you come home from work and you got to help out with some kids. Not you come home from work and you got to clean the house up. You don't need to help. You as a man. And you should desire to have a traditional relationship. Yeah, that's what she does. She laughing like this old childish thing. Like he's a childish thing. Exactly. Real talk. All right, let's continue here.
I will never sit back and act like I can't do anything.
So you would give her permission to be independent?
And it's not me giving.
Exactly. That's exactly what you're doing. Let me tell you something. A lot of women believe they can be independent. And as a man, if you're giving them permission, they're going to always make the wrong decision. Let me just put it out here. Brothers, women don't know what the hell they want. They are confused. They are like children. Without a husband, they are going nowhere fast. Not saying that all women are like this, but most women are like that. And what I mean by nowhere fast is, I mean, they're going to choose evil every time. 10 times out of 10, if they don't have a man of the Most High, 10 times out of 10, they're going to choose evil every single damn time. They're going to choose the wrong thing every single time. As women need husbands to guide them, to lead them, to nourish their mind, to pour into them spiritually. They need that. They need guidance. Yes, women, I know, Nubri, you're misogynist, you're sexist. No, woman, you need guidance. You are a woman. You need the leadership of a man. Somebody just said, man, I know this truth is cutting. I know it's cutting. Oh, see, my moderators be on it. My moderators be on it. It was a lady in there. She was getting real upset. I must have been speaking to her core. The moderators was like, whoops. All right, let's see.
It's not. I mean, if you want to put it that way, yes.
Well, that's what you said. As long as you do what I want you to do, then you can go play independent.
I mean, technically, if you want to go technical, yeah.
Make you play independent. And that's what some of these women will do too. They'll have, let me tell you, they'll have a husband that's providing for everything. And what they'll do is they'll have friends that are single. They'll have those homegirls that are independent. And those independent homegirls will make them feel like they're missing something. So they will literally go out here and play independent games. Sow discord in their house, pluck down and destroy their household so they can play little single mother games and independent games and I could do bad all by myself games to bond with their little friends. This is what they be doing. They be on some real drama, Desperate Housewives, weirdo behavior. A lot of these modern women are confused, and it's because of this Babylonian system that poured all of this nonsense into their minds. Real talk.
But at the end of the day, we're a unit, so therefore I will bring my side and she will also bring her side. But at the end of the day, I can cook for myself. I can do for myself. It's just what I would rather.
And see, that's some real talk right there. And that's real talk. Every man should know how to do for himself. I preach this all the time. Listen, as a man, I know how to cook my own food. You know what I'm saying? I know how to pay my own bills. Like, brothers, that's what you got to do. You got to know how to do for yourself. And, you know, it's crazy what this brother saying. He's saying, look, I can cook my own food. I can do what I do. You know, I'm willing to help out with her. Well, listen, brother, my question is this. If you can cook your own food and she's giving you a hard time far as the dynamics of your relationship, what the hell do you need her for? What is she actually offering you? But sex. She is a concubine at best. She's literally offering you nothing but problems, bro. Why is she even there? She might as well be in her own place. Why is this woman even living with you, bro? You know what she's there to do? Emasculate you and drain your energy. That's all she's there to do is snatch your soul. Y'all know that new song that be on the radio, Snatch Your Soul. Y'all know these women be going crazy off that. Snatch your soul. Yeah, they be wanting your soul. That's the only reason they there, to drain you of your energy and take your damn soul, bro. That's it. That's all. That's her only purpose in your life, bro. I'm telling you.
What I would rather her do.
Yeah. How long y'all been dating?
Over a year.
A year?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that working for you?
It's great.
It's working fine for her because she able to spin you around this weary web. She able to manipulate and get you caught up in her emotions. It's working just fine for her, but bro looks stressed.
As long as you got a separate
It's good. Like, we've learned to a certain extent to compromise. It's just that when we got to the point of understanding we really love each other and talking.
Hey, Steve's face is priceless. Yo, look at it. Hey, look at Steve Harvey's facial expression.
It's just that when we got to the point of understanding.
He looking like, yo, if you don't tell your wife to shut the hell up. Wow.
And we really love each other and talking about the future, that we realize that this is something we got to work on.
There was one key word out of everything both of you have said that troubled me more than anything else either one of you said. One word that jumped out to me that was the most toxic word out of everything either of you have said. It's got 2 letters, and the word is my. Because you said, I want her to take care of my house. I want her to take care of my kids. I want her to have my dinner ready. My.
Dr. Phil, what the hell are you talking about?
Oh my.
You see, Dr. Phil, he's trying to appeal to the liberals. I get it.
That's the problem here. Hey, man.
That's not what Steve thinking. That ain't what Steve thinking. Dr. Phil didn't make no sense of what he just said, bro. If it is his house, it's his house. Yeah, he's dividing them. This is exactly what he's doing. That ain't what Steve thought. You could tell by Steve's look on his face. He thinking like, yo, that woman is batshit crazy. That's what Steve is thinking. This woman is out of her damn mind. She want to keep her last name. She want to be the breadwinner. She want him to help out with the children. That's crazy. Any successful man who is building something knows that that's not a conducive environment for a man to reach his prosperous self, his full potential. Ain't no way. Any man who have made something of themselves know that that's not conducive for a man elevating at all. Yes. Yep, Steve thinking y'all need God in y'all relationship, or y'all need to divorce. Y'all need to be on divorce court.
What do you think, Dr. Harvey?
I can't tell you the pain you about to be in, sir. I can't even tell you what's up the road for you, man.
Right.
Woo-hoo.
Exactly, Steve. Exactly, Steve. Woo, you can't, man, what? You don't even know that woman lining you up, bro. All because she don't know how to play her position. You see how dangerous it is when a woman don't know how to play her position? 1 Peter 3:7. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge. Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as the weaker vessel, and as being hearers together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered. If you're not dwelling with a woman using your knowledge, your prayers are going to be hindered. Your life is going to be hindered. Everything you're pursuing is going to get squandered because you're not dealing with knowledge. You just dwelling with her and you like, I want to be with her. I love her. What's love got to do with it? If the relationship is not cohesive, if it's not building anything, if y'all on 2 different paths, what love got to do with it? You got to, when you dwelling with a woman, you got to dwell with knowledge. Meaning if there's a scenario in which you can't be a husband, at least be honest with women. Because there are certain situations and scenarios in which a man cannot be a lead at that time. It may be a season in his life where he need to get himself together. It may be a season in a man's life where he needs healing or he's been through some things and it's not his time to be a husband. He needs to come to that realization too. It's not just on both sides. Yeah, Dr. Phil is way too secular. He just went left field with that response.
See, you all are far away on some major issues. She's a modern woman.
Modern woman. And y'all you traditional. That means you want to be a biblical man. She a modern woman.
She wants to work. You want her to stay home so you have something to eat when you come home.
Exactly.
That's probably how your mother and father did it, correct? Yeah, that's what you've been seeing. All that was cool back then. It was real cool. My mom and dad was growing up. Times have changed, just like the book Life Code says. We're in a different thing.
Exactly. That's why we got to adjust. Times have changed. And men have to adjust. All you traditional brothers out here who are thinking like, I just want a wife. I want to provide for them. I want to do the right thing. Listen, I'm going to tell you, in this current society, you can do the best you can do. You can be a provider. You can want things to be traditional, but a lot of these women are they're very facetious. They want things to be 50-50. They feel like if they're not making money or out here working for somebody, they feel like that you are ruling over them, and they feel like they're being held back. They feel like it's bondage. That's how most of these women are thinking. So as men, you have to adjust to the current climate of society. The truth of the situation is these women, they want to make their money. They want to get to the bag. And there's nothing wrong with that, but they can't be wives too. You can't be a wife and a breadwinner. It's just unbiblical. It doesn't work. Yes, if a woman wants a little part-time job, she wants to do what she's doing and make some ends meet and do for herself, learn certain things, and nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But when it comes to the dynamic of the relationship, if there's not an order, far as the man is the lead over the woman, and that man came home any day, say, look, woman, we about to have another baby. I want you to quit that job. I'm going to step my hours up. It is what it is. Stay home, provide for these kids. It is what it is. Somebody said part-time. Like, yeah, I'm being reasonable, because you got to also, because a girl in the chat says part-time ? Yes, I'm being reasonable, because you also got to look at the current economic solution we have in society. Everybody not bringing home the big bucks. Sometimes you need that woman to help. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, overall, the goal should be a traditional household. This woman here on this show, she wants control.
I think it takes two incomes to make it now. As far as your name getting hyphenated, I understand his position on that, because a man feels like that's the ultimate sacrifice of himself, is to get married and to take his name.
Everybody thumb the video up. Thumb the video up, thumb it up. If y'all getting edification, all I ask for is support. Everybody in here should be watching it. Matter of fact, I'll wait. Everybody in here who watching, I'm gonna wait a few minutes, because we got to do better on this channel. I shouldn't have to rant and rave every time for support. As soon as you enter the chat, you already know what I'm going to bring you on this channel. I'm going to give you sources. I'm going to give you what you signed up for. B. Don, thanks for the $10 contribution, says, seeing how the 2/3 conduct themselves, I can't help but be eternally grateful for the righteous minority of Proverbs 31 women that exists out here. The 1/3 daughters of Zion, you are rare. 100. Real talk. They are a rare gem, like diamonds and rubies. T. Raw, thank you for the $10 contribution, says we need to take our power back. The Most High gave us as men. Wake up, kings. Absolutely. Real talk. 100.
Want to keep your last name you got, then marry your daddy.
Right.
That's exactly what he said.
Right. You want to keep the last name you got? Exactly.
That's exactly what he said.
That means you're not ready to be a wife. That's what he's trying to say. You're not ready to be a wife.
I'm with him on the name thing, but he gonna lose that other one.
Well, it's not going to make any difference. We talked about negotiation. She's obviously highly intelligent, drop dead gorgeous.
Look, he just hit Dr. Phil just hitting on your wife. See, they know you a sucker. Like, she drop dead gorgeous. He just hitting on your wife right in front of you.
Got a lot of things going for her, right? Right?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Look how she looked at him like, dang, you just passive. She looking at him like, you just passive. You just Somebody said, us men need to know coming into these relationships, we are not equals. I don't care what you do for a living, how much money you make. We are the man, the head of the house, period. Respect or you're out, period. Exactly. I don't give a damn how drop dead gorgeous. Look, her little joint can have some power. She can have some power down there. The waterfalls of heaven can open up. And she can be, listen, making a million. She can be making millions. It does not matter if she don't know that she's dealing with a man. A man. Real brothers, you got to understand this. You are men. It don't matter. It don't even matter your financial status. You living in a time where you brothers are rare, especially you men in truth. You men in truth need to understand how important you are in this time that you living in. That your very essence, your seed carries the Holy Spirit. Yeah. You brothers begin to morph these women. When you pour into them, you bring them knowledge. Listen, their salvation is through you brothers. That's how important you brothers are. And you're rare, meaning there's so many brothers out here who dying early, turning into homosexuals. There's so many brothers out here drugging and thugging and being Pookie and Ray Ray. For you upstanding brothers that's trying your best to do the right thing out here, you are rare. For you men out here who have survived hell and back, been through hell and back twice and still standing, you brothers are rare. For you brothers who have actual morals and a foundation and integrity, you brothers with integrity, you are rare. Don't let these women make you think nothing different than that. You brothers are powerful. Don't let them try to utilize manipulation in games. Divine Goddess, thank you for the $20 contribution. Says women need to let the man be a man and be the breadwinner. If he is not a go-getter and established, he should not be considered for a husband. You can't play your role as a wife if he cannot support the home financially. Exactly. That should be the ultimate goal for brothers, to be the breadwinner. That should be the ultimate goal. And if your intentions are pure, the Most High God know your heart. He's going to make sure that becomes a reality. As long as you keep on doing what it is you're supposed to do and being fervent in your prayers and in your work and staying dedicated to what you do as a man, the Lord will make sure that happen. Some of you brothers may get in a relationship. To start off, you may be in a small 1-bedroom apartment with that woman. But if you sincere about growing, building, and you want to be a breadwinner, you want to be a father, you want to be a leader, you keep on working hard. The Lord going to open up doors. That 1-bedroom apartment going to turn into a 2-bedroom. That 2-bedroom going to turn into a 3-bedroom. That 3-bedroom going to turn into a house. You're going to go from a bucket to a nice little Escalade. Man, listen, times change when you work hard, man, when you stay focused. But you got to have the right woman there. You can't have a woman that's going against the grain, fighting against the inevitable, that we may come together and at first things may not be the way we want it to be. You may have to work a job. We may both have to work. But ultimately, the goal should be, I want to be a man. I want to be the breadwinner. I want to take care of this family. I want to lead. I want to guide us. That should be the ultimate goal for you brothers getting in these relationships. Real talk.
Yes.
Yeah. So you do realize she's a prize egg.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's great.
Like, yeah, all these compliments. She's prized possession. She's great. She's drop dead gorgeous. Look how she looking at him. She thinking about divesting. See, that's she probably end up divesting. Crazy.
And you got to go into marriage with one attitude. You got to wake up every day. Put it on your mirror if you have to. All of y'all, put this on your mirror. You ought to look at it every day. You ought to start your day saying, what can I do today to make my marriage better? What can I do today to make her happier? What can I do today to make him happier? You got to start out where you're moving towards each other. He has things that, a lot of women would say, what a catch here. This guy wants me to stay home. And
nope, that's not how the modern woman look at it. They don't look at it as a catch. They look at him as being passive, and they look at him as being boring. And they look at him as somebody they can run all over. They don't see this man as no catch. The modern woman is mostly attracted to toxic men. That's just the truth. The modern woman wants a toxic man. She wants adventure. She wants to be stimulated on the lower level, the lowest frequency possible. She looks at that as being an adventure. But this guy right here, no, the modern woman don't see this as a catch. Now, righteous woman would say, yeah, this brother's a catch. He want to be the breadwinner. You know, he just want his house taken care of. But 2/3 of these women ain't on that level. It is what it is.
Nurture our family and take care of things. How blessed am I to have somebody that wants me to do that? Right. It's not right or wrong. It's just you got to find.
You can't satisfy the modern woman. You cannot satisfy her. She it doesn't matter. They'll always be greedy. Y'all can have all the money in the world and she won't stop. She won't stop pursuing the ways of the world. She won't stop pursuing the rudiments of the world. They're greedy.
Somebody with whom those values are compatible, and this is not. So you either negotiate some middle ground, and you got to do that with a very important concept: emotional integrity. Don't bait and switch. Don't tell him what he wants to hear to get married and then switch. Don't tell her what she wants to hear to get married, and then once you get the paperwork filled out, you go back to what you were doing. You can't do that. Have emotional integrity.
She ain't gonna change, bro. Y'all need to be in divorce court.
Make a deal and change it. If y'all can't solve this, trust me, walking down the aisle and filling out some paperwork at the courthouse is not going to fix this.
Right.
You got to negotiate this. And there's not a right or wrong. You are not wrong to want a stay-at-home mom. You're not wrong to want to be a career woman that balances your home and your career. You've just got to negotiate some middle ground, but do not do this because it won't last a year. I'm telling you.
It won't. It won't last a year. This relationship is over before it started. This relationship won't last a year. It's over before it started. Real talk. I'm telling you, man, we got to get back to the natural order. Seriously. Ephesians 5:31. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother and shall be joined unto his wife, and his two shall be one flesh. But there's an order to it. It don't mean that the two are equal. No, there's a biblical order. But it is what it is, man. I love each and every one of y'all. We're going to be going live every day this week. There's a lot to discuss. There's a lot going on in the world. A lot of current events I got to get into. I want everybody to share this video. Thumb the video up. We should have 1,000 likes on it. Follow me on Patreon. I've been dropping exclusive content over there. Follow me on Instagram at NewBreed404. I thank each and every one of y'all for coming through. Everybody have a blessed day. Stay safe. Don't get caught up here on 4th of July. You know, don't get caught out here loafing and slipping. Be safe. All right. Love y'all. Shalom and peace.